The movie opens with a somber, emotional melody. We are introduced to Albert, a grieving widower, and his teenage daughter, Divine. Life has dealt this small family a devastating blow. 2 years ago, Divine was diagnosed with leukemia, a tragedy that took her mother's life shortly after from sheer heartbreak. To pay for Divine's massive hospital bills, Albert did what any loving father would do. He quietly sold his cars, his properties, and watched his once thriving business completely collapse. Meanwhile, we meet Rachel and Raphael, two lively students who have just moved in nearby. They weren't just sent there to study. Their parents asked them to keep a close eye on their aunt, Naomi. Naomi is a former home care nurse who is currently living like a ghost. After surviving a horrific, abusive marriage where her insecure ex-husband physically battered her and forced her to abandon her beloved nursing career, Naomi built thick walls around herself and completely withdrew from society. Back at the house, a toxic cycle of love and fear plays out between Albert and Divine.
Terrified that his daughter might collapse, Albert becomes aggressively overprotective. He screams whenever she tries to do ordinary chores like cooking, washing, or sweeping. Divine finally snaps, crying out that she doesn't want to spend the rest of her life just waiting to die. She wants to actually live. Despite her frustration, Divine's brilliant mind shines through when she starts attending a local lesson centre to prepare for her WASC exams, easily tackling complex math problems that leave her classmates completely clueless. But just as Divine begins to embrace a normal life and make friends with the talkative Rachel, disaster strikes. Divine secretly starts coughing up blood, realising her worst nightmare is coming true. One evening, after walking home from her lessons, Divine suddenly collapses on the street, completely unconscious. Rachel is frantic and screams for help. Hearing the commotion, Nurse Naomi's biological instincts kick in. Breaking out of her reclusive shell, Naomi rushes to the scene, administers emergency care, and uses a neighbour's car to transport the dying girl to the hospital. At the hospital, the doctor reveals that Divine is suffering from severe physical exhaustion and a dangerously low blood count. Albert rushes to the hospital, but faces a massive wall. He cannot afford the medical fees.
In a desperate bid, he calls his late wife's sister to beg for money, only to be met with cruel, biting insults. She calls him an imbecile and a shameless beggar, blaming his financial struggles for her sister's death. Overwhelmed and broken, Albert returns to the ward, only to receive shocking news from the doctor. An anonymous angel has already cleared every single kobo of their medical bills.
That angel is Naomi. Seeing the pure desperation of this father and daughter, Naomi makes a radical decision. She visits their home and offers her professional services as Divine's personal home care nurse completely for free. Albert is stunned and tearfully accepts. As the weeks pass, a beautiful transformation happens. By pouring love, medical attention, and strict care into Divine, Naomi inadvertently begins to heal from her own deep emotional trauma. She realizes that taking care of this young girl has reawakened the passion for nursing that her abusive ex-husband tried so hard to kill. Just when life feels stable, Divine's repeat lab results come back and the doctor drops a bombshell. The abnormal cancer cells are showing up again. Divine has suffered a medical relapse. Albert completely breaks down in the doctor's office, weeping that they had only just begun to breathe.
But Naomi steps up, holding Albert's hands and promising that they will fight this relapse together as a family. The film fast forwards 1 whole year later, and the atmosphere has completely shifted. Divine is celebrating 12 full months of stable medical remission, the longest healthy streak since her diagnosis. Even better, Albert's financial curse has broken. His wealthy friend Obina had stepped in with a massive 7 million naira business loan, allowing Albert to leave his exhausting driving job and build a highly successful electrical materials business. As the movie wraps up, Rachel and Raphael have successfully gained admission into the university, and Divine is confidently preparing to resit her WASI exams to fulfill her dream of becoming a medical doctor. Naomi, now completely healed and glowing with purpose, has successfully landed a prestigious home care nursing job in Australia. This is a story of love, hope, and perseverance. If you love Nollywood recaps filled with drama, chaos, comedy, and emotional twists, subscribe and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss the next story. This masterpiece is showing on Uche Nancy Update TV, right here on YouTube. The link is in the description. Rush right now to go watch it. You can thank me later. Like, subscribe, and comment the movie you want us to recap next. Stay tuned for more amazing Nollywood recaps. Be a part of our growing community by subscribing. See you in our next video.